Welcome to the ExpensePoint Web user tutorial video series. Today we're going to look at how to create an expense report. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on our desktop icon, add in our email address and password, and then log into the system. Now when we've logged in, we're going to come to the start page, and under the main menu we're going to click on the Expense Manager. Once the Expense Manager is open, you'll see on the left hand side under the user tasks, add expense report. So I'm going to add a new report, and then I'm going to put in the date range for the report. Then in the title field, I'm going to put in the title for the report. And in the summary field, I'm going to summarize what the report is actually covering. Now I'm going to press save, and the report will be displayed now underneath the username. So now that I've created the report, I can now go and add expenses to the report. So I'm going to click on the Add New Expenses, and the Expense Editor window displays. And here I'm just going to put in the date of the transaction, and I can just type in A, and it brings up AIR, or I can select from a predefined list of different categories that your company will have. And then here I'm just going to put in the vendor name, and ExpensePoint Web keeps track of all the vendors that you enter into the system, so you only have to enter them in one time. Then in the payment method field, there may be a default payment method that is displayed, or if it's different than what is displayed, I can also select from the drop down list as well. All the GL coding is already predefined for you, so you can skip over that. Now your company may have a requirement for you to add in a project name or a client name, and there also may be a drop-down list available to you of different clients. And that is the case. You just select the client name and then enter a business purpose. So I'm going to just say flight to Dallas. Now in the receipt included field, this field really by default is checked to yes, there is a receipt, or I'm saying that I have a receipt, and again that's the default. If I deselect this, I'm saying that I do not have a receipt, so I need then therefore to add in a reason why I'm not providing a receipt for this expense. Now if I do not do that, it will not allow me to save the expense, so you want to make sure that you put in a reason why you're not submitting a receipt for this report. So in the notes field, this is just a free text field where you can add some additional information that would support the expense. And then I'm going to just skip over here to the receipt total. Now if you're traveling outside of your country domain to another country and you need to enter in a foreign transaction, you can simply select the currency from the currency list, and ExpensePoint will automatically pick up the currency name and also the exchange rate for the date of the transaction and convert it back into your home currency. So once I've entered in my expense details, I'm now going to save this expense, and you'll see the line item displaying in this area here. And I just continue to keep adding expenses, and once my report is completed and I'm ready to send it on, I can click on the marked report finished. But before I do that, I want to show you quickly how you can take a look at this report in another format. This is what we call a print preview, and I've just clicked on the print preview button, and it allows me to see the report in various different formats here. So this is what we're looking at here is a report summary. The next page is the detail, so it highlights all the detail that I've entered in for this expense. And then here we have the weekly summary of expenses by calendar week. And then finally we see the accounting page, which is really more specific to your accounting department. These can be printed, they can be saved as PDFs, or you can they're always visible in ExpensePoint Web. So now this report, the status of the report is not marked finished. If I want to complete the report and send it on, all I have to do is click Mark Report Finished. And once I've done this, the report will automatically be routed to your manager for review. And an email is automatically sent by ExpensePoint Web to the reviewer, notifying them that they have a report to review. Thank you for looking at this video, and be sure to check out other videos that will help you using the ExpensePoint Web system.